Hello and welcome back to the latest crypto saving expert news show. That is not normally how I introduce this. I lost my train of thought there. Let's take a look at what's going on with the price of Bitcoin. This is the cryptocurrency news show. We do these live streams every single weekday, so make sure to tune in if you don't already. We are talking through what's going on in the latest cryptocurrency news, and we'll be analysing the price of Bitcoin at the end of today's stream as well. So first of all, let's take a look at what the price of Bitcoin is. It is up currently 1.88%, up nicely within the last 24 hours. The Ethereum up 2.72% as well. So we have seen some pretty nice, it's really nice to see things green again on the screen. Now, as I keep saying, it doesn't mean too much. We haven't broken any major levels of resistance, and we are just seeing fluctuations around this level, but it's always nice to see green on the charts in the morning. Let's see what else is going on. What are the biggest gainers of the day? We have ApeCoin up 6.87%. We've got Arbitrum up 6.7%. Lido up 5.25%. And in terms of losers, we're looking at Maker. Luna Classic has been very volatile. That's been in the losers and the gainers this week quite a few times. And we are seeing Gate Token from Gate.io down 2%, and Monero, the major privacy coin, down 1% as well. But that's pretty, it's not important, those rates. It's not a massive dump for any of those tokens, but it's nice to see some gains in the markets this morning. Let's see what's going on with the cryptocurrency news today. So we've got quite a lot to discuss. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss the latest cryptocurrency news. It's saying on my end the stream quality isn't brilliant, so let me know if there are any problems on your end. Good morning everybody in the chat this morning. Thank you very much for tuning in as always. Oh, it looks like the stream is getting worse. Please let me know if there's problems with the stream today in the live chat. If there are any problems, I will try and fix that. Not sure how, but I will try and do something to make it a little bit better. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see if we can make this any better. Let me know in the chat if there are any problems, but it seems that everybody in the chat is happy. Keep an eye on it and let me know. Let's see what's going on in the latest cryptocurrency news this morning. So what we have here is Bitcoin has pushed above $27,000 for a short period of time as October starts to come in. So we're seeing some optimism back in the market. October is what's the word I'm looking for? October is frequently renamed as Uptober in the financial markets because it's historically been a very bullish month for Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets. Now, if we go for the monthly returns from Bitcoin, let's pull that up quickly on CoinGlass. I will put this tab in the screen now. We can see that the monthly returns for October historically have been very good. Now, I did actually do the math calculation this morning to work out what the probability, the percentage should be on today's thumbnail. I believe it was pretty high. Let's see if I can pull today's thumbnail up. Today's thumbnail is on, it says that October's percentage change on average since Bitcoin was created was at 22.3% increase. That's a massive jump there in October in terms of averages there. So things are looking pretty positive. October hopefully will come in full swing and send us up to higher prices. That would be very nice to see. Typically Q4 of the year is bullish for Bitcoin. You can see here's the percentage changes we've seen in the past for Bitcoin in Q4, and it does look pretty green. And if not, holds its price pretty nicely. So things are looking up, things are looking positive. We have been through September, which historically has been a very bearish month, and we've managed to almost make it through to the other end now. So we're all very happy to see that we haven't seen too much of a fluctuation. In fact, if we go to the Bitcoin chart and we go to the 1 month chart, Bitcoin has been green so far this month. Now, if we manage to hold this, Bitcoin will have moved up almost 4% in September. This is something we have only seen twice before. So we went up 6% back in 2016, and we went up 4% back in 2023. That's so far. That's right now. So we could be getting up above those higher percentage gains in September for the second time ever in Bitcoin's history. Let's see what else is going on in the cryptocurrency news today. Before we continue, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button so you don't miss the latest cryptocurrency news. We are coming in with positivity today. We have seen that the crypto markets are all green this morning. Things are looking really, really positive. We are also approaching October, historically, where we have seen nice gains for Bitcoin. So things are looking up, and it's a nice sunny day here. So it's a very happy day. Let's see what's going on in the cryptocurrency news, though. We are seeing a little bit of a negative move here. Alex Bell says in the chat, afternoon, Jess, any thoughts on a new exchange now Bybit is exiting the UK? Yeah, unfortunately, Bybit is leaving the UK in a matter of days or a week or so, and that is going to cause huge implications for a lot of traders in the UK. Unfortunately, this is going to have an impact on me. I really like using Bybit as a cryptocurrency exchange, and will now have to look for an alternative. As I was saying in yesterday's stream, we have some information on the different centralized exchanges on the Crypto Saving Expert website. So if you press guides here at the top, you can see a list of centralized exchanges. You can see how to sign up and how to use them. There are many available in the UK still. I haven't yet picked one which I'm going to choose to move forwards with. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on that myself. I have been trading a lot less than I used to, but I still like to have a platform ready to use when I see a good trade opportunity. But if you are looking to sign up to new exchanges, make sure to go to the deals tab on cryptosavingexpert.com, because we've put basically all our partnerships onto one page, so you can get our affiliate links. It supports us, and they usually come with a nice bonus for the users as well. So instead of just signing up and just having an account, you can use these links and you get some additional benefits with some of these as well. So make sure to check that out once you've picked what exchange you want to use, and that should help you kickstart your account a little bit. Let's see what Lee says. Mexi exchange is really good. Yeah, Mexi is an exchange that I have used in the past. I don't want to say anything too positive or too negative about the exchange. It's not one that I have continued to use personally, but I know that other people in the Crypto Saving Expert team do use that exchange. But I want to be looking, I think I'm going to start looking at BitGet. That is very, very similar to Bybit. I like the Bybit interface, so I'm going to be taking a look at that, but I'll be doing a little bit more research on this, looking at the transaction fees and such, and seeing what is the best option. And I'll come in a couple of weeks and tell you which one I'm using. But I have been using Bybit, and I will be using Bybit until the last date that I can. And then when that changes, I'll have to reconsider that. And I like to just have an account there ready to trade when I see the trade coming, because the worst thing in the world is to see a trade opportunity and then not be able to take it because you've not set yourself up ready for it. So I always have an account there with a little bit in, ready to trade if I need to. So I'm going to have to pick a new one to transfer those funds over into, but yeah, not yet decided on that. It's going to take a little bit of time to work out what's best, and it'll probably take some trial and error as well. Like, all of these exchanges are brilliant, and they all work in different ways, and they'll suit some people more than others. But yeah, let's take a look at what else is going on in the cryptocurrency news. You can actually filter this just to exchanges to get those exchange affiliate links there as well, which may help you with some starting off your account. But let's see what else is going on in the crypto news. We were talking about Bitcoin ETFs there. So the SEC launches proceedings to determine fate of spot Bitcoin ETFs and invites public comment. So current filings concern proposals for BlackRock, Valkyrie, Invesco, and Bitwise. Let's take a look at what has been happening here. So the SEC have postponed more spot Bitcoin ETF applications. And since then, we have seen them actually submit several filings on the 28th of September, so yesterday, that concern pending spot Bitcoin ETFs. So those filings act as orders that constitute proceedings through which the SEC will determine whether to approve or reject proposed rule changes. If these rule changes are approved, it could pave the way for spot Bitcoin ETFs to commence trading on commodities exchanges. So the SEC seeks comments on various matters through its latest filings. The first section largely asks commenters for their views on whether the proposed spot Bitcoin ETFs are vulnerable to or are capable of preventing fraud and manipulation. So that's what's going on here, and this could majorly change how Bitcoin ETF applications go in the future, and whether these Bitcoin ETFs that we are seeing currently will actually be accepted. Now, we've seen a load of major companies and institutions filing for spot Bitcoin ETFs within the last couple of months, and it's really, really exciting. Now, we have seen that there is a high probability and a high expectation that these spot Bitcoin ETFs will get accepted, but there is always the chance that they get rejected, and if they do get rejected, we could see this whole process start again from the beginning. We could see these companies refiling for a new application and therefore see this long slog of waiting. So far we have a final deadline in the SEC of March next year, and if the SEC reject those filings and have a fair reason to do so, what BlackRock and the other companies will have to do if they want to continue down this path is reapply and try and cover the reasons as to why they've previously got rejected. But we have seen in the last couple of weeks Grayscale, who have a Bitcoin trust, have tried to convert their Bitcoin trust into a spot Bitcoin ETF for many years now, and the SEC kept rejecting them. They entered a lawsuit with the SEC and proved that the SEC lost the entire lawsuits. They rejected Grayscale's spot Bitcoin ETF on unfair grounds. So it would be a bit risky for the SEC to do this again to major companies. I am of the opinion these spot Bitcoin ETFs will get accepted, but we will have to wait and see until March. I think they will be delaying those as much as possible, especially with this looming government shutdown, which could be occurring on the 1st of October. We did discuss this yesterday. James says if US government close down happens, the applications would have got permissions to trade by default. What we are seeing here is the US government could shut down on the 1st of October. Now, this is because Congress have not agreed to 12 things to spend money on. They have to agree annually, and they have not yet agreed to this. It's basically a political fight off here, and what we have seen in the past is this can have massive impacts on the economy. We did see a shutdown in December 2018 to January 2019. Over 30 days, I believe this shutdown was, and the short-term cost for the US economy was $11 billion, and the long-term costs, which have not been recovered, was $3 billion. So this is something that's really, really bad for the economy, really, really bad for crypto and every other economy out there. What we are seeing here as well is if the US government does shut down, the SEC would have to go to skeleton form. They'd have to get rid of all the employees that are not required. It basically means that everybody in the government that isn't essential for day-to-day activities has to go and stop working, and then when they go back to work, however long the shutdown would be, they get back paid. So they get paid for that time period that they were off, but they haven't worked in that period of time. So that does massively affect the markets as well, and we will be reporting on that from the 1st of October if the shutdown does occur. Let's see what else is going on in the cryptocurrency news here. We've got a few more news stories today, not as many as usual because we did a late stream yesterday, but let's continue on and see what else is going on here. So we have Ethereum testnet Holoski successfully launches on the 2nd attempt. So Ethereum's testnets have all changed since Ethereum had its merge to proof of stake. Ethereum testnets are essentially a blockchain that acts just like the Ethereum mainnet, and you have basically like fake Ethereum tokens on there. So you'll have Ethereum testnet Holoski tokens. They'll act like Ethereum tokens on the testnet, so developers can deploy their projects onto the testnet, check everything runs smoothly and as expected, try and find any problems in their contracts, and once they've securely done a full audit of their project on a testnet, then they will actually launch it onto the main net where it will actually gain that value. So let's take a look at this. It's finally launched. It did see a few problems on their first attempt of launching the testnet, but it's all gone to plan now. It may be a little bit delayed, but it's all successful now, so those developers can start testing out the new testnet and start deploying their projects onto this. Now, we usually have a few testnets for the Ethereum network. We had a load before the merge, but then after the merge, they had to all shift over to proof of stake. There was a whole transition process going on there behind the scenes as well. Let's see what else is going on in the crypto news. So Tottenham Hotspur FC partners Associos to launch Web3 fan tokens. So the fan tokens will offer access to club-related activities like VIP tickets, Spurs shop vouchers, and virtual meet and greets. So this is the kind of tokens that I would like to see more of in the real world. A lot of people don't understand the utility that blockchain has and how we can use this in the real world, other than just us nerds on our computers learning about what's going on. And to see actual uses of the technology is really a nice thing to see. And I think we will see a lot more of this as the markets start to move to the upside. We see this historically in the bull markets. We see a huge amount of this, and then in the bear markets, it kind kind of fades out a bit, but Tottenham have got in there at this point in time when the markets are pretty low, looked at the technology, seen the advantages that it has, and have decided to get involved at this point in time. Let's see what else is going on here. So USDC issuer Circle files amicus, I'm not going to be able to say that, in Binance SEC lawsuits. So Circle, the issuer of the USD stablecoin, has filed in Binance lawsuit with the SEC. So issuer of USDC Circle has weighed in on the SEC legal battle against major cryptocurrency exchange Binance, asserting that cryptocurrency regulations should not extend to stablecoins linked to other assets. So Circle argues that assets like BUSD and USDC that are pegged to the US dollar should not be classified as securities. Now we are seeing very much a separation between the regulation of cryptocurrencies and stablecoins, and that is really, really important. I believe they are different assets and they should be regulated very, very differently. We did see BUSD minting being halted. BUSD was issued by Paxos, and USDC is issued by Circle. We're seeing here Circle's filing, known as a friend of the court filing, is made in part of CLO. Previous to moving to Circle, he was the chair of the commodities CFTC, another federal regulator involved in lawsuit against Binance. So trying to separate the two and understanding the regulation in the US, again, something we are having trouble with as the cryptocurrency industry is fighting the regulators. We are having difficulties distinguishing which regulators should be regulating what. The regulators seem to have different opinions to the majority of those within the cryptocurrency space, and it's just not been an easy ride at all, and this is another instance of that. Let's take a look at what's going on with the price of Bitcoin now to see what is happening here. So on the monthly chart, as I said, we're looking green, but we are approaching October. James says slow down. I do talk too fast. I thought I'd got better at that, but thanks for reminding me. What we have here is we are approaching October. October has historically been a very, very bullish month for Bitcoin. It is obviously called Uptober pretty frequently here. So we're seeing that typically, in average of the Bitcoin's history, Bitcoin has increased 22.3% over the years in October alone. So with that average in mind, probabilities in our favor this time. Things are looking good. Things are looking hopeful. And what we can see here is September hasn't been as bearish so far as we were all expecting it to be after all. Now, we do have some strong levels of support here. We've seen not much excitement in the markets in the last couple of weeks, yet we have seen some nice steady levels holding, some supports that do not want to break. And that is a really positive thing here for the markets. Now, I actually have to go off the stream because I have a call at 1 p.m. today. But thank you very much for tuning in as always. And we will be back here on, it's Friday today. We'll be back here on Monday with another stream talking about what's going on in the markets. I hope you all have a lovely weekend and we'll be talking about that CME gap on Monday. That is all we have though. Thank you very much for watching and I will see you all back here tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Monday. Goodbye.